Hello Space Explorers! As you know, we've already talked about the fastest planet in a solar system in our recent video, and you already got some information about it. Of course, I mean Mercury. And in this video, we have another chapter about a messenger. So, first of all, if you haven't seen the first chapter, you should watch it and then come back here. We are going to get more further into Mercury's mysteries. So get ready, you're going to listen to some unbelievable facts. But wait, hit that button. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system, taking the accolade from Pluto in 2006 after it was downgraded to a dwarf planet. It is the closest planet to the Sun and has a radius of just 2,440 kilometers, slightly less than distance between London and Moscow. Its axis has very little tilt, so its polar regions don't receive much direct sunlight. In fact, some of the craters in this area are kept forever dark. Venus, Earth, and Mars all have small, dense metallic cores at their centers, which are surrounded by a thick blanket of rock. However, Mercury is missing most of its rocky sheet, and scientists don't know why this is. Theories include Mercury forming elsewhere, then migrating toward the center of our solar system, that it had a collision with another planet or asteroid that scraped its skin of lighter material. Essentially, there's a secret in Mercury's past to explain why it's mostly metal. There's a lot of water out there, as there is a lot of water around the other stars, but at a substantial distance, said Messenger Principal Investigator Sean Solomon of Columbia's University Earth Observatory. With its ultra-thin atmosphere and proximity to the Sun, Mercury is probably not a good bet to host life as we know it. But finding ice and organics there should still inform their hunt for organisms beyond Earth and aid scientists' quest to learn more about how life took roots on our planet. The history of life begins with delivery to some home object of water and the organic building blocks that must undergo some kind of chemistry, which we still don't understand on our own planet, Solomon said. And so on Mercury is becoming an object of astrobiological interest, where it wasn't much of one before, Solomon added. That's not saying to say that we expect to find any life forms. I don't think anybody on this table does. But in terms of the Book of Life, there are some early chapters, and Mercury may indeed inform us about what's in those chapters. As it has such an unusual structure, it's little surprise Mercury has been the focus of conspiracy theories. The famously dark planet, which is largely made of iron, has been awash with conspiracy theories, including an alien door and 17 alien domes that were spotted on its surface. 5 years ago, self-described alien fanatic Scott C. Waring was looking over some photos of the planet when he spotted what he believed to be a black doorway. He estimated to measure 3.4 miles long on its surface. It's long and rectangle in shape, with 4 almost perfect right-angle corners. He said at the time, "Unless meteor cubes are pummeling planets, then this seems to be made by ancient aliens. That is a giant doorway for giant ships to travel through." That same year, Waring also wrote on his blog that he could see 17 domes on edge of the craters of Mercury after looking at close-up images taken by NASA. Again, he believed these were the structures created by ancient aliens. While Paul Cox, an astronomer, claimed in 2016 that there is a second sun in our solar system that NASA has been deliberately keeping secret. During an 8-hour live broadcast, he showed a live feed of his telescope examining the planets. Pointing to a black dot, Mercury, he said it wasn't a planet, but in fact, another sun. "I don't know if you knew that we had a second sun," he said, "but there it is. It's normally hidden from you. NASA and other organizations usually hide that stuff away from us." During his Transit of Mercury video, Cox also alluded to the planet X theory, which says that a broken planet will come from behind the Sun, eventually crashing into Earth and wiping out humanity. And here we are, one time an uninteresting planet, and today we have some pretty interesting conspiracy theories about Mercury. So we have the top 5 Mercury mysteries. The ratio of potassium to thorium on Mercury is comparable to that of Mars, which is much further away from the Sun. Scientists admit that no existing planet formation model can properly explain this deviation. They, therefore, started looking into possibility that Mercury might have formed further away from the Sun, about as far as Mars, and was crossed closer to the star by collision with another large body. A powerful impact could also explain why Mercury has such an oversized internal core and relatively thin outer layer. With temperature on its surface reaching up to 450 degrees, one wouldn't expect to find water in Mercury, let alone ice. Surprisingly, when Messenger looked into some of the crater around the planet's pole, it saw what appeared like light reflection from a mass of water ice. As scientists think, we have strong indications that there might be water ice in these craters, but it has not been detected directly. With the instruments that we have on the MPO, we hope to be able not only to measure water content directly and confirm whether there really is water, but also to attempt to find out how much of it is there. Unlikely to host life, with a parched, seemingly dead surface, Mercury has always been an underdog of solar system exploration. When the Messenger spacecraft finally took a close look at the planet's surface, however, it found that there might be more going on Mercury than one would expect. It's unclear if there has ever been a life form on Mercury, but some theories that we talked about in this video give us interesting facts about life on the planet. With its crater-ridden dusty surface, Mercury might seem quite similar to the Earth's natural satellite, the Moon, at least at first glance. With closer inspection, and for a reason that scientists don't understand yet, Mercury appears much darker. The planet reflects only about 2/3 as much as light as material collected from the Moon. There are various explanations as to why Mercury is as dark as it is. The materials on the surface may be similar to what we can see on other planets, but the extreme heat on Mercury makes those materials appear darker. There is also a possibility that what we see on surface is graphite, which is very dark as well. A graphite-rich layer formed inside the planet as it was cooling down. Some of these materials might have been brought to the surface during further evolution. Not too many planets have a magnetic field. Among the rocky planets of the inner solar system, only Mercury and Earth have one. Mars used to have a magnetic field in the past and lost it. Mercury appears too small to have one, yet it still does. Even though it's 100 times weaker than the magnetic field on Earth, scientists wonder what sustains the magnetic field despite the odds stacked against it. Earth's magnetic field is generated by the fast spinning of its liquid iron core. As for Mercury, scientists used to think that the core, due to the planet's small size, must have cooled down and solidified since the planet's formation. So, that's all about Mercury conspiracy theories. I think you never thought that there would be any chance to believe life on Mercury, as we talk about the closest planet to the Sun. But you know, space will never stop surprising us. So, never think that anything isn't possible. Believe in space, and it will tell us how the future looks like. Thank you again for watching and supporting us. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Remember, if you have any interesting questions or facts, Tell us in the comment section so we can work on that and give you the newest information about space. Goodbye, space travelers. See you soon in next video.